record, and then in 1 minute.
Hi, good evening. Thank you, Kathy, for setting this up tonight, because Jeff Roberti that we're going to listen to is absolutely phenomenal. This is about a 40-minute call tonight, but make sure you have your notepad and your pen ready, because he's going to give you a lot of great nuggets that you'll use forever. A little bit about Jeff. He's just one of the most kind, gentle spirits, but the most caring, motivational speaker I know. I've known Jeff for 25 years, and Daryl and I were privileged to sit with him alone one time for 30 minutes and pick his brain. So he is such a wonderful person. I want to tell you real quick that he was a 24-year-old broke waiter and now is the highest money earner in network marketing in the world. So it can be done. So thank you, Kathy. Let's go ahead and listen to Jeff.
Being able to share this message all over the world in all these different languages. First of all, just a moment of gratitude. Very, very grateful. There's a lot of suffering that's going on in the world, and just so grateful for this company and these products and this opportunity and a chance to go out there and make a difference and touch so many people's lives, to make such an impact on so many people's lives. So it's just a real blessing, and just very grateful for what we have. But my story, Simon, is when I got started, I was in my early 20s. I did not come from a wealthy family. I had very humble beginnings. I'm the oldest of 3 boys. And I found myself, when I got introduced to the Juice Plus company, this opportunity, these products, I was a struggling waiter. I was, struggling and juggling and trying to pay my bills, and I had a really good work ethic. I was a hard worker, but I found myself very dissatisfied. Matter of fact, I was praying to God to bring me something where I could go out there and make a difference in the world and be my own boss and earn what I was worth and do something that counts, something that matters. And I started the business out of desperation. Wanted some things to change in my life financially. I was dissatisfied. Today, I do it completely out of inspiration, and I'll share that with you in a little bit. But I was a customer first, Simon. That's how I got introduced. A friend of mine shared with me the products, and I was a satisfied customer. And as a satisfied customer, I found out there was an opportunity to share these products and share this opportunity. And my sponsor at the time, who introduced me, had been in the business close to 3 years and hadn't had the success that he wanted. I think he'd only got up to maybe sales coordinator. And he prejudged whether this 20-some-year-old ex-broke waiter was going to do anything. And he quit the business my very first month. So huge mistake. He left a fortune on the table. He thought the grass was greener on the other side of the fence and went to another company. But I guess the lesson is you never know who the next person is you're going to talk to and just how hungry they are. So, I didn't come from a wealthy family. I didn't have a higher education, any money, any experience, any background. But have you ever met someone that's just hungry, that has a burning desire or willingness to work, and they're teachable? And has a good work ethic. And that's how I showed up to this company, with that work ethic. And so when I got signed up and got into the business and my sponsor quit, there was a convention the very first month I was in the company. It was about a 10-hour drive from here. And I was in the position where I didn't have the money for the hotel or the airfare to get up there. So I got in my car, I put on the one suit that I owned, the skinny little tie. I had long hair back then, and I drove up there. I worked out in a gym, took a shower in the gym, but I slept in my car at that very first conference. And I'll never forget going into the convention. I'm sitting in the room and I literally had chills going through my body. And I thought to myself, if they can do it, when I heard the stories of average people earning above average incomes, I thought to myself, Simon, if they can do it, I can do it. This is my chance. And I remember getting in the car, driving home, turning the radio up, and I was crying tears of joy, thanking God for answering my prayers, that this was my chance. And so I got home, and I'll never forget the late, great Jim Rohn. I had met him back then, and he said, you know, Jeff, you can have more in life if you become more in life and see things not the way they are, but the way they can become. And so with that, I thought to myself, wow, the products work, the marketing plan works. The only variable is the you part. How do you feel about these products? How do you feel about this opportunity? But most importantly, how do you feel about you and your own financial future? So Simon, I went home and tore up that list of excuses: no money, no experience, no background, no sponsor, all the excuses. All excuses are equal. All distractions are equal. You've got a job to do it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be the best partner on my team. I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to employ myself. And so I went out there and I started sharing the product and sharing the opportunity. And I'll never forget, I met a good old boy named Zig Ziglar back then from Dallas, Texas. And he said, Jeff, if you help enough other people get what they want out of life, you'll have everything you want out of life. So this business is never about you. It's always about the person in front of you. And so my focus was always going out there, sharing the product and the fortunes in the follow-up, and caring more about my customers and the results they got, and focusing on my new team members and helping them get off to a fast start. Look, you go into a relationship to give, not to get. You're not measuring what you get in return. What you get in life lasts a while. What you give in life lasts a lifetime. So I got off to a real fast start and just went to work and held myself accountable, employed myself, and had that confidence and that belief and that congruency, but also had a servant's heart, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So when I got started in the business, one of the things that I have found is you got to have something that motivates you. Because the how part of the business, really, it's a simple business. It's not an easy business. It does require some hard work and some discipline and some consistency of effort and work habits and attitude. But the how part's one part, but why are you doing the business? What's the why part? What drives you? You know, reasons come first. Well, for me back then, I had a huge why. And I had a why that made me cry. I remember peeling the layers of the onion and getting down to a why that was emotionally charged, that had a compelling future, that would get you up early, keep you up late. And for me back then, not coming from a wealthy family, being the oldest of three boys, I'll never forget sitting in the back seat of my mom's car. And she was a proud woman. But I used to say to myself, if someday, if I could, I would love to help my mother and father. Or if I could, I would, I'd like to be able to help my grandparents. Or if I could, I would, I'd like to be able to help my favorite charity. What is some of your whys? If you could, you would. Put it in the chat. What is a why that'll make you cry, that'll get you up early, keep you up late? Well, for me, my why back then was my mom had a car back then. I got to share this story with you really quick. My mom had a car back then when I was a little kid, and she was taking us to school. She was a proud woman, but the car had rust on it. It had a few dings on it, and she acted like it didn't bother her, but I knew deep down inside it hurt. And people talk, and she acted like it didn't hurt, but I knew it did. And so when I got into Juice Plus and I went to work, And I went out there and started pouring in the effort. I mean, working 18, 20-hour days, all out, massive action, fully engaged, fully immersed, reinvesting back into my business. My why back then was the first car that I bought was not for myself, it was for my mother. And I found out if my mom could have the car of her dreams, what would that car be? And without her, and first of all, I found out my mom had really good taste. And after a few years of working the business, I was in the position to pay cash for that car. And without her knowing, I went out there and purchased this car. And, you know, if you're going to shoot a king, kill him, don't wound him. In other words, if you're going to do it right. And I got this car, paid cash for it, put in all the options, all the bells and whistles. And on Christmas morning, she's up in the mountains up in West Virginia. I have the car outside her home. I've got a big red bow on the car. She doesn't know it's outside. The morning dew's coming up on Christmas morning over the mountains, and it's shining on the car, and it's just glistening. It's beautiful. And I asked my mom to come to the door. She opens the door. She sees the car. I hand her the keys. I tell her how much I love her and how proud I am to be her son. And I see these tears of joy coming down my mother's face. I thought I was the one that was giving. I was the one that was receiving. The floodgates were open. And I think about that bottle of Juice Plus that you sell, that first bottle, and that could equal something like that. How many of you'd like to be able to do something like that for your mother? Or even better, how many mothers would like your son to do something like that for you? And I share that story with you. And I've been able to buy my mom several cars and a home up in the mountains and here on the beach. And I've given so much money away to different charities and helped my grandparents and all these wonderful things from the Juice Plus business. And I share that with you. If you put it in the chat, what is your why? What drives you? What is going to make you really put in that extra 10% effort that produces 90% of the results? Get associated with that. A lot of people will ask me today, they'll say, well, Jeff, why do you do the business today? After selling billions of dollars worth of product and having this huge residual income, why are you still so fired up and so passionate and so enthusiastic and love Juice Plus the way you do and put all this effort into it? And I'll tell you why. I'm here for you. Somebody today listening to this call, it's your grand opening. It's your ribbon cutting ceremony. It's your chance. It's your turn. And here's the way I look at it, guys. I'll never forget where I came from. I'll never forget what it meant to me that somebody shared these products, shared this opportunity, and how it changed my life. And as my check has grown over the years, it's been a measuring stick of the amount of impact and the amount of lives that you've been able to touch. And so I'll never forget where I came from, and I want to pay it forward. It's not out of desperation, it's out of inspiration. And somebody today, they're just getting started on this call. They're hearing this message. It's your turn, it's your chance. And that, knowing what you know about Juice Plus, guys, it's not an opportunity, it's a responsibility when you know what you know. I can't be a selfish NMD here and sit in my ivory tower on the beach. Life's not about me, life's about we. And I decided a long time ago, Simon, to retire into my business, not from my business. Guys, listen, there's this thing called the science of achievement where you achieve and you produce and you build this abundance. But how about the art of fulfillment? Tony says success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure in life. How many people do you know that they have the money, but they're not happy? They don't have anything that gives them fulfillment, meaning, purpose, fulfillment. In our business, we are so rich in relationships and love and connection and growth. Aren't you the happiest in life when you're growing and there's progress? Growth equals happiness and contribution, making a difference, doing something that counts, something that matters, something that's bigger than yourself. You know, going out there and doing something that's rich. I mean, just emotional, spiritual revenue, guys. That's why I stay plugged in. I love what I do, and you get to add value to people's lives. Grow me, serve you. The Bible says, find a way to serve the many, for service to the many leads to greatness. So you have something here that's so rich in meaning and fulfillment and purpose. That's what drives me. That's what keeps Simon engaged like he does, because we love what we do. And it's so rich in relationships and growth and contribution. So Simon, back to you, buddy.
I'm just looking at the comments here, by the way. I mean, there's people that have got goosebumps going through the body, people in tears here. I mean, your mum's story, I don't really have how many times I've listened to that, Jeff, but it makes me so emotional because we all want to sort of give back to our family. And when you talk about the car in Bose and how she came out and looked at it and went into tears, I mean, we can all picture the whole story now. What a life changer to be able to do that. Incredible, it really, really is. It brings me on to my next subject, next question, Jeff. And you've been with the company now for 35 years, and you could have gone off into other companies and done other great things as well. But actually, you found your home with the Juice Plus company. So I'd like to ask you, really, what do you think really makes Juice Plus so special from the product point of view, but also the opportunity side? What do we have there? Because a lot of people, I don't really think, really realize what they've actually got hold of.
Well, that's a great question, Simon. And why do I think we have the best of both worlds? Not only a solid, stable, lasting company. This company will not let you down. But we've got a world-class product that everyone wants, everyone needs, and no one has. We're just getting started with Juice Plus. We're at the tip of the iceberg, Simon. And you look at this company, they've been shipping and paying and doing the right things for over 50 years. Same president and founder, Jay Martin. And it blows me away sometimes when people think, oh, I'm going to go sign up over here and get into this other deal. And they think the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. It still has to be mowed. You still got to put on customers. You still got to build team. You still got to do the basics and the fundamentals. Why wouldn't you hang your hat with something that you know that is solid, stable, and lasting and has a world-class product? So let's talk about Juice Plus. Why Juice Plus today? Well, today, more than ever, people are looking for a way, Simon, to take self-responsibility for their health. The new wealthy is healthy, right? And we answer that. We're in high demand. We meet those needs of helping somebody, having optimal health and vitality. And Juice Plus has been out now, guys, for almost 30 years. 40 plus published peer-reviewed studies on Juice Plus. All these healthcare professionals around the world that have embraced Juice Plus because of the science and the research behind it. Listen to me on this one. Juice Plus is not good timing. It's timeless. It's foundational. Fruits and vegetables are never going to go out of style. And the awareness today on the importance of eating more fruits and vegetables, getting more fruits and vegetables in your diet, getting them in your bloodstream. And we found a way to make it convenient and affordable to bridge the gap of what you should eat and what you do eat. We bridge that gap. We're not to replace eating a high plant-based diet, but every morning I take all 4 of the capsules and I flood my body with 30 vine-ripened, organically grown fruits and veggies. It's common sense. It's a good common sense product. Why would you not do that? Why would you not get those nutrients in your bloodstream every day? Bioavailable. Look at the research. Look at the studies. And now we have a program where kids get it for free. The parents buy Juice Plus, the kids get it for free. I mean, we've got millions of satisfied customers around the world. We've got all these moms on a mission, parents with a purpose. Juice Plus is a sleeping giant. This company is just getting started. I mean, you talk about getting excited and something that's just getting started. Let's talk a little bit about the Juice Plus opportunity. Okay, we've got a solid company. We got this world-class product. How about the opportunity today? We know the awareness is at an all-time high, fruits and vegetables. Juice Plus opportunity. Now it's a chance for you to take self-responsibility for your own wealth. Not only self-responsibility for your own health, but for your own wealth. And look at this. We offer a home-based business. Check. Our product is sold online. Check. Right? I mean, look at all these things. Home-based business, product sold online, product that is part of supporting a healthy immune system. We meet those needs at a very high level. We are a home. We are an answer for people to take self-responsibility for their health and their wealth. And so we offer people fun, freedom, and flexibility. Be your own boss. Earn what you're worth. Have fun. I mean, it's a dream business. And so here's what I market, guys. I market hope. I sell hope. I tell people, sign here, win here. I believe in you. What a message. Sign here, win here. I believe in you. Let's do it together. Not you go do it. Let's do it together. And you wrap your arms around them and you love them and you support them and you help your customers and you help your team members. You pay it forward. And all of a sudden now you're building residual income. Residual income. You can get paid tomorrow off of the work you did yesterday. And you can keep compounding year after year after year and build this thing on rock, not sand. What an opportunity. What a dream business. And I truly believe with the Juice Plus, I tell people, I say, look, you can start part-time magic. Come on over here and work part-time on your dreams. You might be working full-time on building someone else's dreams, but come over here part-time with me. Let me show you how to work your way up the scale and take a few baby steps. I under-promise and over-deliver. And then you're a hero if their expectation or their business grows more than what you promised them. And you work with them and you hold their hand and you help them move up the scale. Simon, I was with you in Dubai 3 years ago. We were in the desert and I did a special training with the leaders in Europe in the desert of Dubai. And I'll never forget, I'm sitting at the awards dinner and I'm sitting next to this guy. He's from Altamont Capital. And all the awards and the black tie and the hoopla's going on. And I look over at him and I heard you guys invested $1 billion into this company. Why would you do that? He said, Jeff, this company is an absolute sleeping giant. He goes, with these products and this corporate team and the leadership that you have in the field, I mean, he goes, this company is going to be a multi-billion-dollar-a-year company. The biggest growth is ahead of us, guys, not behind us. And I said to myself, I'm going to refire, not retire. I didn't even need the plane to get home. I was so excited. And you know, our pay plan is the highest pay plan in the direct sales network marketing profession. Almost 50 cents on every dollar is paid back to you and I in the field. The ones that sell this product by word of mouth, one satisfied customer to another. So you got an opportunity of a lifetime. Business is booming. The floodgates are open. It's harvest time. The recruiting pool of people out there is wider and deeper than it's ever been. I'll give you a secret. You guys want some magic dust? You want a little $1 million secret? Write this down. Here's what you got to do. Talk to more people. You talk to some, you can make some money. You talk to lots, you can make lots of money. And I'll talk about, some success tips on how to build your business. But I tell you what, Simon, I have never been this excited in the 35 years that I'm involved with the Juice Plus company as I am today. New people coming into this business, you've got an opportunity of a lifetime. Don't take it for granted.
Incredible. I'm looking at the comments here. Emma Nicholson says, it's harvest time. You bet. It really is. Awakening the giant within. What a business we've got. Incredible. The more I sit down and here, listen to you, Jeff, the more fired up I think we all get on this call. Listen, my phone, by the way, my cell phone here has just been lighting up with people that can't get onto this call. It maxed out at 3,000 very, very quickly. So I'm sorry if you didn't get on. Of course, you won't be listening to this at the moment, but you've got to get on early to listen to Jeff Roberti. Jeff, my next question for you is, it's around success and the success recipe. I think everybody has joined this call for hope, what you're talking about. Hope is something that we market, of course, and there's no better time, I don't believe, in the world that we've been through in the last 3 years, where we've all suffered in so many ways with this pandemic. Tell us a little bit, some tips if you can, and some sort of, I don't know, parts of a recipe of success. It might be just one little thing that you could pull out for somebody today that is going to dramatically change their business and their life and their family after this call by something that you say. So give us a few magical Roberti tips, please.
Well, thank you, Simon. And, I'm a big believer in the basics and the fundamentals. The concepts are constant. The basics and fundamentals will never change. Now, the techniques, the different means and ways to build your business obviously change over the years. I remember when I started my business, the 30-some years ago, the phone was glued on the wall and it had a rotary dial on it and a long cord, and it cost money for a long distance phone call. Today, the phone's free. Social media is free. You can build a global business. You can build a global business right from your home. And so it's so exciting, but the basics and the fundamentals, the concepts will never change. And here's what I would say. Step number one in your business, if you want to build a successful Juice Plus business, a global business, and have residual income for the rest of your life, step one is you've got to become a product of the product. Most important step in your Juice Plus career. There is no step two unless there's step one. You've got to believe, the word belief, you've got to believe and feel strongly about these products yourself. And because then you have what's called emotional sincerity. It's not what you say, it's how you feel about what you say. People communicate more with feelings than they do words. And so you've got to use the products, all the products yourself. And I know some of the younger generation, maybe you're not on the capsules, but the capsules is the hub of the wheel, the hub of the wheel. The other products are the spoke, and you want to eat and use those capsules every day, because that's where you build your business on rock, not sand. That's where you build residual income. That's where you have retention. Retention equals your pension, right? So you want to use all the products and have that belief and that emotional sincerity when you're sharing the products. I remember when I take all the products every day, and I love Juice Plus, and that's where I get all this energy from. And so the second one I'll share with you is this. What is your job description? What do you get paid for? What is your DMO? What does DMO stand for? Daily method of operation. Is it just being busy? Or what do you really get paid for? We know what the company's job is. They manufacture the product, they ship, they collect, they account, they do all of that. What you and I get paid for and what our job description is telling the story, sharing these products, sharing this opportunity, right? You get paid for onboarding new customers and onboarding new partners, period. That's your job description. Of course, you build for events and you do all personal development and other things, but those are your primary, that's the paying activities, is sharing this product. And I'll give you a tip. Get out of your head. If you're in your head, you're dead. The longest journey in life is from the head to the heart. And if you have a servant's heart, I look at Juice Plus, like the box has a big red bow on it. And I'm sharing this wonderful gift of health with people. There's no fear of rejection because it's for their own good. And you come from that place and you consistently share the product every day, consistently share the opportunity every day, and you have that consistency and that discipline, you will start to establish momentum, sustain momentum, and advance momentum. And here it is, the first quarter of the year, the best time of the year. Everybody's got New Year's resolutions, and we're right on the top of the list, health and wealth. So get focused, get locked and loaded, get fully immersed, fully engaged, and put together a 90-day plan, January, February, March. Get that 90-day campaign and then roll it into another 90 days. But what you got to do is make a decision. And here's the decision you got to make. And here's the question you got to ask yourself. What do I have to do to make this business a bigger priority in my life? What do you got to do? Products work, marketing system works. The only variable is the you part. So you've got to say, am I going to treat this like a hobby or am I going to treat this like a business? Instead of the application fee, $50 or $100, whatever it is in your country to sign up, what if you bought a franchise or a business and it cost you $500,000 or $1 million? How would you show up then? What level would you play at then? How many people would you talk to then? See, it's easy to join and it's easy to do nothing, but you got to decide what level, make a real decision. I remember when I got started in the business, I tore up that list of excuses and I had a defining moment, a moment in time, a threshold, a breaking point. I said, no longer am I going to live like this. This is my chance. This is my turn. My average person can earn an above average income. The next step is this, guys. Step number 3, and I'm talking to the marketing directors now, the leaders on this call. It's called the production stage. And I found myself falling into this. It's called the management mode, where you get into a comfort zone. And now I'm a marketing director. And now I've got a team. And I just manage the same team that I built years ago. And not putting on new customers and not putting on new team members. And so what you've got to do for the NMDs and above is you've got to go back out and do what you did in the beginning that got you to NMD and do that all over again. And if you do that, your business will explode because it's easier to lead people, not push people. Your partners will do not what you tell them to do, they will do what you do. They watch the feet, not the lips. I remember I was having a conversation with Cheryl Cortese years ago, probably 10 plus years ago, and her business had gotten up to a certain level and her check had plateaued. And she's like, Jeff, what can I do to bring my check up? And I said, you're working with the same team you built years ago. What we need to do is pretend that you're filling out your application for the very first time and go back out there and build 5 new frontline leaders, 5 new frontline marketing directors. And at first, her leaders resented her. What do you mean I'm not the issue? You're not going to just keep working with me? But as she started to do it and started working with that team and building that new team, they respected her. And they said, if she's doing it, we're going to do it. And so she inspired her organization by leading, and her business exploded. So what I'm telling you guys is all the fun, all the juice, all the excitement, all the magic is working with those new people, getting a new team, get somebody with a fresh, warm market, a good, positive attitude, and help them work their way up the scale. Quit trying to push the same people. And listen, I found it's easier to give birth than raise the dead, right? I mean, I love them whether they do a little or a lot, but I've got to keep leading and producing. Stay in the production stage, Simon.
I've got to say, Jeff, there's a lot of people put down in the comments here. My hand is hurting so much because I'm writing so fast. We're taking all of this down. Amazing, Jeff. I mean, listen, we're coming to the end of the call now, and we're at the start of a new year, but there's a lot of things that are different coming into 2022. It is such a more of a powerful year, I do believe, for all of us. And there's some real shifts, I think, that people are making from coming out of 3 crazy years, as we all know. What do people need to do now, where they're leaving this call? Because we're a business that requires action. We're a business that requires doing and not talking about things or thinking about things. We're in the action business. What do people need to do to get back to work, or get back to work if they're a leader that's maybe in bin management mode?
Yeah, well, you know, it's like I said, you got to make a decision. You got to get off this call and say, okay, you know, what level am I going to play at? It's the you part. It's, you know, listen, the business is 80% psychology, 20% mind, or 20% mechanics. You know, what mindset, you know, are you going to show up in a peak resourceful state and lead your organization, not push it? You know, you got to look, don't look upline, don't look downline, look in the mirror. The #1 recruiting tool in this business is a mirror. And so my advice to you is not to take this for granted. I mean, if there was ever a time for a call to action, some marching orders, I would say this, Simon: seize the moment, strike while the iron's hot, have that sense of urgency, that fear of loss. Understand, this year, every day you miss of work this year, a year from now, you might have to work 4 or 5 days to equal one of these days because of the timing. You're at the right place at the right time, but it doesn't mean you're going to get the prize. There's no free lunch here. No one can lift your weights for you. You've got to step up. You got to make this business a priority and want to go out there and serve. You know, the Bible says, find a way to serve the many, for service to the many leads to greatness. And you got a product that makes a difference in so many people's lives, and a business that can change their lives. So my attitude is this is your chance. It's your turn now. And you've got to say, okay, I'm going to tear up that list of excuses, Jeff. All excuses, all distractions are equal. I've got a job to do. I'm going to do it. And it's going to start with me. And so I guess in closing, Simon, I've got a couple of quotes I'd like to put up. I know we're running a little over time, but the first quote I want to share with you guys is this.
Let's see if we can put this up. Here we go. It's just coming up.
I believe some of the most beautiful, it says the best, but some of the most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or heard. They can only be felt in the heart. That was by Helen Keller. And I hope that's how you feel about these products and this opportunity. And the second quote I wanted to put up there was, no dream is possible unless it's greater than your biggest obstacles in life. And the last thing I want to say is this, Simon, I'll turn it back to you, if you'll put it up, is give love first. Be a love bug. Get out of your head, get into your heart, go out there and serve others. You know, grow me, serve you. And if you have that kind of attitude and you truly are going out there and helping people with this product and helping people with this opportunity, and always focus on meeting their needs and adding value to their lives and creating raving fan relationships, because these long-term relationships equal long-term success. So I just want to thank all of you for having me on the call. Thank you, Simon. You're an amazing friend and an amazing leader, and the job you do is just unbelievable, 30 plus years later as well. And I know your heart. You're a great man and a great friend and a great leader. Thank you.
Wow, who liked that and who took a lot of notes? I mean, I've heard him forever and ever. I've been a national marketing director for 20 years, and every time I hear him, he gets me so excited because I love what he said, give love first. It's all about building relationships. We know that, don't we? But when he said, this is your grand opening, this is your ribbon cutting, this is your chance. Remember that it is our responsibility, not just an opportunity. We have been given the gift. We must share that with others. So thank you all for being on tonight. And thank you, Kathy, for putting on the video, and have a blessed evening.
Thanks, Jared.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening.